All right, I'm back with David Azizi from the law offices of David Azizi, and today we're going to discuss a trial in which David was a part of. And this is something that is very common in Los Angeles. Los Angeles is a very large city with a lot of traffic, a lot of pedestrians, and there was a dangerous crosswalk accident on Rialto and another road, David. So go ahead and describe what happened in that accident and basically how that went down.
Yeah, this was a tragic pedestrian versus vehicle accident, and what occurred here was a vehicle was coming around a corner. Our client was within the crosswalk, and as a result, she got hit by the vehicle within the crosswalk. And most attorneys would go ahead and say, okay, well, here's the defendant who caused the accident. This is how much insurance policy they have, and a lot of times they have minimal policies, $15,000 or $30,000. Or maybe at most 250, something of that nature. Unfortunately, our client, having been hit by a car and thrown a distant, sustained severe injuries, part of which was brain injury. We took over the case. We went extra step further and said, you know what, the reason this particular accident occurred is not only the fault of the driver, but also the fault of the City of Los Angeles. And the reason for that was that the City of Los Angeles had placed this crosswalk right after a blind corner where vehicles were coming around. And under this law in California, if the city or the government builds a roadway or builds a crosswalk or puts it somewhere where it is considered to be a dangerous condition, then they're responsible. And it's very tricky. You got to make a claim within 6 months, and then it's the government entity. You got to know how to make the claim, which we really know how to do that because we've handled cases like this before. And part of the other way we were able to prove that the city is responsible for this is that there had been numerous prior accidents that had occurred at this particular crosswalk. Near misses, people had been hit as well. And there's some kind of a criteria that the city uses to determine as to whether this needs to be changed or not. We argued that there had been sufficient accident. We went on site. We took witness statements of people who lived in that area and said, yeah, no, we've seen accidents. We've seen near misses. There's been a lot that has occurred here. And ultimately, we contended that they should have had some kind of a warning sign for drivers to know that before they're approaching this crosswalk on a blind corner, that, hey, the pedestrian light is on, somebody's passing through so that they can slow down or have a warning. In this particular instance, as the car was coming around, by the time they realized, oh, there's a pedestrian there, it was too late, and then they would either have a near miss or ended up hitting the pedestrian. So in this case, we were able to prove that the city should have made some modifications, including but not limited to putting some warning signs, flashing lights beforehand that a pedestrian is walking so that accidents like this don't happen.
And that's very interesting you mentioned that, David. I know we've done a video in the past on when you do have to file within 6 months, and this is something obviously your law offices know that some may not, and some individuals who have suffered a personal injury may not know there's that 6-month window. So if you have been in a personal injury, any type of personal injury accident or any type of accident in general, make sure to contact the law offices of David Azizi, and they will let you know when you have to file the suit by, and they will give you all the information they need. The phone number will be in the YouTube video as well as below in the YouTube video information. So thank you for your time, David.
Thank you.